Staring at the Tree, Chapter 16, Not My Ex. In my mental breakdown of what in my mental breakdown of the winter of the 2020, I found a diary that was required to keep during my senior English class. One of the first assignments was to write about your favorite summer memory. In pursuit of finding the perfect way to open my book, in 2018, I set sail to write my own book. I had read multiple self help books, and to be honest, I just gave better advice. This is facts of life. I can tell what personality is what, and like this one is not like my true self. Like my true self, I'm my true self right now. Like, but there are some of me that are really, there's a one that's really like pompous and thinks she knows everything and she doesn't. And then there's like an angry one, and there's like five. It's funny. To be honest, to be honest, I just gave better advice. This is facts of life. However, I was, and I don't give better advice because I don't ever listen to my own advice. And I need advice, and they do give better advice. And I should read more self help books because I'm not really helping myself, am I? However, I was broken, and in my broken, I had to heal. It, I had to heal. It was life or death. I had gained 80 pounds after losing 100. It was discouraging and had me feeling hopeless. When I lost 100 pounds from 2011 to 2016, it was slow and steady, but I did it. Then in 2016 happened. My old friend's brother had died. I was forced to look at my marriage, and it was miserable and loveless. When I lost all that weight, I could not blame my unhappiness on my weight. It was internal, and when I got settled back into the farmhouse in 2018, after moving to North Dakota, we had to move out there. My ex husband lost his high paying job. We had a $700 truck payment along with basic home expenses. It was going to sink us. We both were unhappy in North Dakota, and I started to go on a spiritual journey. Staying miserable was going to kill me. No, I had to I had to find my cancer in my head. When I met my old friend in the park in 2020, I knew the basic concept of my book series. However, there was something missing. Mostly, I still had not figured out why I was so miserable. When I got to When I got back from Yellowstone in 2018, I decided that I needed to make big changes. When I uprooted my family and set sail to North Dakota, I quickly realized that it was my marriage that was killing me. I could not settle I could not settle around my ex-husband. This is something that This has always been my signal to myself to leave. If my gut says run, I run. However, this was my marriage and the father of my child. However, we were all crying, holding each other. My dog, my son, and I. We were laying in bed crying and scared. Now, I do not have the farmhouse. I used to pull up all the windows, get the house nice and clean, play music and get dinner going, sit with a warm cup of coffee and my glider on the porch. Life is harder. I must go to a laundromat. My car is about to go back. My ex-husband has the car I paid for, but whatever. I don't care. I could care less. I would rather prove him wrong. I, I would rather However, that was our love story. When a heart breaks, there is always love. And as I age and watch my family grow older, I finally understand the old saying, better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. There have been times in my life that my heart swells, and as it swells, it lifts out of my body and into the sky like a balloon filling with my dreams. Within the balloons that house my dream live my memories, both future and past, each one carrying me to new places and adventures. And at times, there will be a balloon that is trying to pull me in a direction that I do not want to go, and although I cherish the memory and that balloon, I must let it go to get to the destination I desire. Along the way, you weather storms, and all the memory balloons make. Then you get, then you pick up bits and pieces of love and light, lifting you higher into the clouds, helping you get to the top of the mountain. Feeling the clouds carries you away from the threats that live in the woods, assisting in the successfulness of the climb. This is how it felt when I flew out of my marriage in North Dakota. It was the hardest part, simply leaving. Leaving is dangerous. 75% of domestic violence deaths happen after the partner leaves. 75%. This meant that it was part this meant that it was that part of the game. My energy was on red. I only had one life left, and this isn't Jumanji. I will not get thrown back in if I run my mouth at the wrong time. I kept it classy. The key is I held my head high and smiled higher. I got the scary calm. My ex-husband always says that when I get like that. He gets a cold chill down his spine. He should. My eyes change and I giggle to protect me. You've wronged me. You've wronged me bad, and I do not like to have hate in my heart for anyone. It's simply not worth it. It only hurts me by holding it. However, I will only allow so much disrespect. I do not fight back. It will cost me my life or cause trauma to my child. When I'm done fighting for something I believe in, I am ready to walk away. And right before I decided to finally pull the trigger, make the call and get on the plane, be brave enough to make a decision, a non decision is a decision. Deciding not to leave when the entire universe is pushing you, screaming at me to move, I was not moving. I asked my ex husband as he read my book. I asked my ex husband if he would read my book. He sat and watched me write for 3 months. In my head, the fight was over. However, we were still at war. I needed to play smart. My ex husband would never want me to hurt me. I needed to play. In my head, the fight was over. However, we were still at war. The promises never came. The hopes never came. Nothing ever came.